Hey guys, welcome back. And today I wanted to do something just a little bit different. Instead of doing an actual tutorial, and I know you're probably wondering why am I not doing a tutorial when you subscribed and you pay attention because you want tutorials. I wanted to talk about UFC 178, and I'm not sure if you guys saw the media day event that they held in Vegas Monday, but holy shit, things got really bad between Cormier and Jones when they went to actually take like their face-off photo. So if you haven't seen it, what I'll do is I'll put a link to the video below because I don't really feel right jacking someone else's shit. So I'm just gonna put a link to it inside the video, and I'll put one in the description as well. But I just wanted to talk about it briefly and hopefully maybe get some of your thoughts on it. So what happened, for those of you who haven't seen it, I'll just briefly recap. Is that Cormier and Jones, they were both coming into the middle of the stage, and they were gonna, do their little face-off photo. And a lot of times in these photos, you'll see guys, and like Silva, he's really well known for kind of not looking at the guy and things like that. So Jones and Cormier, they walk into the middle, and Jones puts his forehead against Cormier's, and then he kind of nudges it a little bit. Now, a lot of you have to understand, Cormier is 35 years old. He's a grown man. All right, now, hopefully as a grown man, you're not gonna let someone just kind of nudge and push you around. So when he did that, Cormier responded by taking his hands, putting them around Jones's throat, and pushing him back. To which Jones responded by dropping his belt and throwing a pretty fast overhand left towards Cormier's face. So pretty much while this is going on, everyone's like rushing the stage, trying to quickly break it up because obviously someone gets hurt before the pay-per-view. That's going to be bad for business. And obviously, we don't want anyone fighting outside of a sanctioned area. So Jones throws a punch at Cormier. Cormier tries to dodge it. In the process of doing that, he kind of falls off the stage. Jones ends up on top of him. It's kind of hard to tell. It looks like Jones throws in a couple punches from the top. Then for a while, it kind of looks like Cormier has him kind of like in a guillotine. So it got really crazy really quick. So it looks like it's going to be a very interesting UFC pay-per-view event. And a lot of times I don't buy the pay-per-views. I kind of find ways to see them. But it definitely looks like it's going to be worth it. These guys seem to really, really hate each other. And they actually later on in the same day did an interview on ESPN in which Cormier and Jones both give their take. And they actually go about talking about how they originally met. And it's interesting because Jones essentially says that Cormier was introduced to him as Cain Velasquez, wrestling coach, and Jones kind of said, "Well, hey, I bet I could take you down." And this was apparently a couple years back. And Cormier being a two-time Olympian, he I guess was obviously offended by it. My take on it is that Jones is still young. I personally like Jones. I know a lot of people don't, and I understand why. He comes across as kind of cocky and arrogant. I think when you're that young, and you've been in the limelight like he has for several years, it's probably a little hard to find yourself, and especially with him having, a brother in the NFL, that maybe that does something to him, and maybe that makes him a little more arrogant than he should be. But looking at everything, I personally think that Jones honestly probably was playing with Cormier, and he probably was really joking, kind of trying to break the ice, but Cormier didn't like it, so Cormier kind of took it to heart, and because of that, Jones and Cormier just really seem to have a problem. It doesn't seem as much as Jones hates Cormier as Cormier hates Jones. So it's gonna be an interesting fight. Really curious what you guys think is gonna happen. To me, I think Jones is gonna take it. Obviously, he's gonna be having a tough time. Cormier is a very strong guy. I mean, he did used to fight a heavyweight. I think Cormier walks around after he's made the cut and he's made weight. I think he gets back up. He rehydrates to like 245 or something, insane like that. Maybe even 255. It's crazy. And then I know Jones, I think they say he gets back to about 220, 225. So this is gonna be interesting. I don't know what Cormier is gonna do about that reach, but I also don't know if Jones is gonna be able to get him down and really do anything to him. So I say one or two things happens. Either Cormier is capable of KOing Jones first round, and if he doesn't, Then I say Jones probably kind of, picks Cormier apart until, 5 rounds, and, he gets to win that way. So I'm really curious to see what you guys' opinion is as far as, UFC 178. Like I said, if you haven't seen the video, definitely check it out. Don't worry, guys. I definitely have more tutorials coming. I actually have a strike tutorial, but I wanted to take some time and kind of do a few different characters, just so I kind of have a variety and make sure that I'm going over a lot of different things. Now that the striking system has changed a bit. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If so, let me know. Leave a like. You can leave a comment as well, and that'll let me know that maybe we can do these for every upcoming UFC event, or just MMA in general. So I'm King DX for first3.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back very soon with some more tutorials on EA Sports UFC. Later, guys.
As soon as it lands, you see the eyes roll back, and that is the end of this fight. And here we see it again.